Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, round number 13 of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League, live tonight from the virtual Kokomo Speedway. Good evening, race fans. My name is Brett Wheeler. Thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday evening. We get set for heat racing action coming up. There is no qualifying in this series. All randomised heat races, all done off the passing point and finishing positions. Top three from each heat race going to move into the main event, and then everybody else will get set into the first of potentially 2 or 3 B mains here tonight. Joel Merkley, Caden Brown, Harry Stewart, the quickest 3 drivers in this practice session. And with these drivers only allowed 10 laps in total, just trying to preserve the racetrack for later on in the night, as we've got set for a 40-lap main event here tonight. Earlier on in the series, we spoke about the USA dominance. Well, the last 3 weeks have been won by the Australians, and more so the past 2 weeks have been won by the DMS team. Aaron Kelly picked up the win 2 weeks ago, and then of course last week, Caden Brown, and then to go back to 3 weeks prior to that one, it was Joel Merkley getting the win. I believe it was at Williams Grove, I think it was. So we'll see if the Australians can continue the trend. 3 countries here tonight: Australia, New Zealand, and the United States. So some of the world's best in the business and in the house getting ready to take to the Kokomo Speedway. Heat race number 1. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. And starting on pole for the opening heat race of the night, it's going to be Hayden Carbot. He's outside. Damon Woosh going to line up out of position number 2. Inside your second row will be Jack Cameron out of position 3. Lucky Beatty lines up out of position number 4. Brad Pascoe going to roll off out of position number 5. Joel Merkley out of position number 6. Rodney James will start position number 7. Callum Davidson will line up out of position number 8. Stuart Patterson in the 197 going to start position number 9. And Hayden Pascoe driving the 03 United Sim Sports Valvoline. He will start position number 10. Cars about to roll off right now behind the iRacing.com pace truck. We are set for the first of, I believe, 5 heat races on the program for tonight. Steenie, don't worry about where's Alan. Emily comes first. And that's all that anybody needs to know. Couple of drivers comping an EOL for their heat race for doing more than the allocated laps in the practice session. And they will in fact get no points, no passing points that is. So the best that they can get is finishing position. So they need to pretty much lock themselves in to the top 3 if they want to have a chance at making the big dance. Here we go. Heat race number 1. Hayden Carbwell, Damon Mush on the front row. Control, the green flag controlled by iRacing, and here we are. Rush Sim Racing round number 13 is underway, and Carbwell staying immediately on the low side of the racetrack. Pascoe going to fall back to position, move up to position 3. In fact, that's Jack Cameron in that 41 machine, and there's Joel Merkley, the second of the Tinder cars, right in the middle of the racetrack. Battle is on. Mush trying to get around the outside on Hayden Carbwell. Here comes Pascoe up the inside now out of turn number 4. Who's going to have it at the start-finish line? Remember, top 3 going straight through to the main event. Merkley down line looking to pick up 2, 3 positions. Poor old Damon Mush gets shuffled back to position 5 as Merkley now looks to get by Cameron. Cameron on the outside in that number 41 machine. Right in the middle of the racetrack. Merkley down low. 4 laps in the books this time by with 4 to run. Carbwell leading from Brad Pascoe in second. Jack Cameron third. Merkley fourth. Catches the inside. Ty Hill go to the grass. He'll lose 1, 2, potentially 3 and 4 positions as Beatty and Mush. They'll make contact. They're 4 wide for a moment. 3 wide again. And now Merkley gets by Callum Davidson down out of turn number 2. Oh, Davidson getting some contact from behind. By Lucky Beatty, that is. We've got a lap and a half to run. Merkley, big wheel stand. Look at that wheel stand all the way down the back straight away. Boy, that is a talent if you don't mind. Hayden Carbwell down the back straight away for the final time into 3 and 4. Heat number 1. goes to Hayden Cardwell. Second will be Brad Pascoe. Third at the line, coming across. I think Jack Cameron Jack Cameron gets there. I believe David Morse just edges out Joel Berkeley for positions 4 and 5. Heat race number 1 results coming up on screen right now as Hayden Cardwell, Brad Pascoe, and Jack Cameron, the top 3 drivers to go straight through to the main event. Damon Mush 4th, Joel Berkeley 5th, Hayden Pascoe 6th, 7th, Callum Davidson, Lockie Beattie and 8th, Stuart Patterson 9th, and Rodney James to round out the top 10. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid heat race number 2 of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. Bob King going to start on pole. On the outside of the front row, Craig Sherm out of position number 2. Position number 3 going to be Todd Atkins out of position 4. That'll be Ethan Cooper. Third row inside, position 5 of Joel Battelle. Aaron Kelly lines up out of position number 6. Joshua Barry, who starts position 7. Jacob Dixon out of position number 8. And Brady Baldwin out of position number 9. So again, 8 laps on the board for heat race number 2. So again, all starts here in the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League on the iRacing green flag. We'll have a pole shuffle and we'll talk more about that and explain how that works if we get a quick little moment or just before the pole shuffle starts, in fact, as the green flag is going to fly. Sheerham high, wide and handsome on the top side. Running up Bob King, and look at Aaron Kelly, the DMS number 18 machine. He'll move his way to second position. Now cut down to the middle of the racetrack into turn number 1 and 2. Sheerham and Kelly side by side. Sheerham's got the run. They make contact nearly down the back straightaway. Here comes Kelly up on the inside. He will take the race lead, and the battle is on. Ethan Cooper now takes over third from the original pole sitter of Bob King. But look at Sheeran back on the inside of Aaron Kelly. Kelly now, he's got to find a way back by the 009 machine of Craig Sheeran again. All passing points format. And Aaron Kelly at this stage, he is up, 5 positions into turn number 3 and 4. He started 6 and he's got the lead. So you can see the plus and minus arrows next to the driver's name. That's at how many positions or lost that the drivers have lost in this heat race. Brady Bolton up 4 positions as well. In the Salah Motorsports Sim Team number 7, Dixon got into the wall. Here comes King around the outside of Craig Sheeran, who turns 3 and 4. Aaron Kelly looking to make his mark here at the Kokomo Speedway. Slider from Baldwin out of turn number 4. He'll tag the wall. Comes back down to the low side into turn number 1 and 2. Ethan Cooper. They'll chop and change, but out of turn 4 this time by checkered flag is out. Heat number 2, belongs to Aaron Kelly. Bob King gonna come home second. Craig Sheeran will round out the top 3, and those 3 drivers advancing to our 40-lap main event. Ethan Cooper going to come home 4th. Brady Baldwin rounds out your top 5. We'll bring those results up on screen right now. Jacob Dixon home in position number 6. Joel Battelle 7th. Joshua Barry 8th. And Todd Atkins to round out the 9-car field in heat race number 2. Heat race number 3, cars making their way onto the racetrack right now behind the iRacing.com pace truck, and Lance Bainton, driving the iRacing.com 010, will start on pole. On the outside of the front row, the number 11 of Aaron Hodgson. Bailey Barticoat will start position number 3. Regan Tyler will be one of those drivers to cop an EOL. He will start scheduled to start position 4. Caden Brown will start position 5. Elliot Osborne out of position number 6. Position 7 will be Bradley Oldfield. Darren Lord out of position 8. And Brad Gardner lines up out of position number 9. So again, drivers that have done more than 10 laps in practice, they get an EOL in their heat races, which means they will get no passing points. And you can see Regan Tyler already down 5 positions, so that is a case of you don't listen to the rules, you are penalised and you are punished. Here we go, heat number 3. I believe 5 heat races on the program for tonight. Bainton and Hodgson. Green flag set to come out. There it is, green flag. Barnacote up, sweeping over the inside. Keep an eye on Caden Brown and Bradley Oldfield on the bottom. They're 3 wide down the back straightaway. Oldfield up 6 positions. Look at that left front. Just pick up in there. He goes from 1st to 4th. Barnacote trying to drive into the right rear there of Caden Brown on the number 97 machine. Is Oldfield now around the outside of both Brown and Barnacote. Oldfield up on the top shelf in turns 3 and 4. Aaron Hodgson, your race leader after lap number 2. There's now Brown realising that, he's going to go upside down in turns 1 and 2. He'll have to come from the back of one of the B mains. Bainton now trying to get by Brad Gardner in the 777 machine. He's running the bottom side, and this will be a good points haul. Good passing points haul as well for the driver. That black and yellow Jegs 777 Bailey Barnacote trying to get into the show. Lance Bainton into the wall. We've got cars upside down in turns 1 and 2, but of course no yellows in the heat races. Bailey Barnacote on screen, the black and green Speedwear. Number 917 trying to get by Brad Gardner. How close is Oldfield to Hodgson? Well, he's about 6 or 7 car lengths behind him as the battle is on for positions number 3 and 4 with just a couple of circuits remaining here at Kokomo. Round number 13. The Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. Now Barnacote looking good on the top side of the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. So white flag flies. We'll go back to your race leader into turn number 3 and 4. For the final time, Aaron Hodgson good enough to get the win in heat race number 3. Bradley Oldfield in second. Third is going to go to Bailey Barnacote. Fourth will be Brad Gardner. Darren Lord rounds out your top 5. Then you go back to Elliot Osborne. Caden Brown, Lance Bainton, and Regan Tyler. The 9 drivers out in heat race number 3. We'll bring up those results just to make sure no post-race penalties. Aaron Hodgson, Bradley Oldfield, and Bailey Barnacote going to the big show. Gardner, Lord, Osborne, Brown, Bainton, and Tyler. Those drivers going to the B mains. Heat race number 4. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid with Callan Arthur starting on pole. To the outside of the front row, that'll be Tyler Stralo. Inside your second row, position number 3, Carl Hoffmans and Harry Stewart going to line up at a position number 4. Graham Smith will round out your top 5. Then we go back to Murray Howell at a position number 6. Liam Cameron lines up position number 7. Brandon Thomas at a position 8. And James Halliburton lining up in the 9th and final position. So again, passing points on the line. And how the pole shuffle works is you need to make the A main. So you need to finish inside the top 3. The drivers that pass the most cars and also off their finishing points, those top 8 drivers that pass the most cars got the most passing points and finishing points combined. They will be the 8 drivers in our pole shuffle tonight. Looking forward to that one, Kokomo. It is an absolute belter of a racetrack. Let's hopefully that the racing is going to continue on all throughout the night like this. They were 3 and 4 wide. Keep an eye on Harry Stewart. He needs another good night here in the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. He'll cut to the inside. He'll now duck it down low down into turn number 1 and 2. We go 2 and 3 wide again through turns 1 and 2. Here comes Callan Arthur. On the top side, Stewart stays low. Who's going to have it out of turn 4 and at the start-finish line? Give it to Harry Stewart. But Callan Arthur, he's trying to roll the top side of the racetrack, trying to keep those wheels in the moisture. Track's a little slicker on the bottom side. No doubt this track will certainly start to slicken off as we continue to watch these drivers battle high and low at both ends of the speedway. Carl Hoffmans now moves back into position number 3. But back up front, you're watching Callan Arthur on screen trying to get by the Valvoline United Sim Sports number 11 machine of Harry Stewart. 5 in the books this time by Stewart. Getting clear now of Callan Arthur by about 4 car lengths down into turn 1 and 2. Arthur closes the gap. Gets a good run into turns 1, but it's just that exit speed that Stewart has got too much of. At the moment, Stewart cuts it back down through the middle, trying a different line as we go back and look at 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th on screen. Graham Smith, James Halliburton, then you go back to Tyler Strollo throwing the big slide in the Dryden Performance number 51 machine. White flag is out for your race leader of Harry Stewart. Just 2 more turns to go through turn number 3 and 4. Harry Stewart, good in heat race number 4. Callan Arthur home in second. Carl Hoffman's. Those 3 drivers going to your aim. There's some contact there between. We've got a car going in reverse. That'll be Brandon Thomas. But Harry Stewart, Callan Arthur, and Carl Hoffman's your top 3 drivers in heat race number 4. Graham Smith home in 4th. 5th is going to go to James Halliburton. Tyler Strollo in 6th. Liam Cameron 7th. Murray Howe 8th. And Brandon Thomas rounds out your 9 cars in heat race number 4. The 5th and final heat race of the night. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Well, he loves a good tacky track. Jared Steen, welcome back to the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. He will start on pole in car number 91. Aaron Hatton going to roll off at a position number 2. Kobe Dent at a position 3. Alan Solit lines up at a position number 4. Clayton Davies lines up at a position 5. Travis Castagna at a position 6. Sean Rose out of position 7. Mitchell Piskalik 8th. And Stefan Tiers to round out the 9 cars in heat race number 5. We know, I believe, Clayton Davies is going to be one of those drivers that will be getting an EOL as well. And again, that's what happens if you don't follow the rules, doing more than the allocated laps. Well, if you don't follow the rules, I've already said it once, you will be punished. Everybody is on an equal playing field when it comes to the rules, and I'm sure he'll learn for next timers. Tell you what, I'll bet you 50. Says Jared Steen. That's got a very good chance at winning this one. On board Jared Steen right now, as again the field is coming into turn number 3 and 4. Where's old right reario's Brendan Palmer? Not here tonight, but here we go. Heat number 5, excuse me. Green flag is out. 3 wide down into turn number 1 and 2 as Kobe Dent looks to get 2 for the price of 1 run on the bottom side. Aaron Hatton right through the middle. Jared Steen works upstairs. It's going to be, well, I think Aaron Hatton may have had that one at the start-finish line. Good battle there with Kobe Dent. Dent slides up. Here comes Hatton back to the inside, and this is what you love to see here at the Kokomo Speedway. Steenie trying down the bottom side, maybe a little bit rusty. He'll make it happen down into turn number 1 and 2. He'll slide through the slick and slide to the middle of the racetrack. Gets by Kobe Dent, but here comes the 42 of Kobe Dent back to the outside, trying to take away that second spot. And now Alan Solit in the number 6 machine. He's working on the inside. He'll look to make a top 3, but at the moment he sits in position number 4. Back to Sean Rosa and Clayton Davies. Clayton Davies now up to position number 5, originally where he would have started had he not broken the rules. So we'll see if he can advance just 2 more positions to make the show. But even then, oh no, Jared Steen around. No, again, no yellows in heat racing competition. As here comes Clayton Davies trying to get by Alan Solit. That's for the 3rd and final transfer spot. Well, lucky no one took that better 50 that Steenie was going to win, because he's he's trotting on it. And we'll see him in one of the B mains. Kobe Dent now starting to come into fire from both Alan Solit and Clayton Davies as the white flag is out. Final time in heat racing action here at the Kokomo Speedway. Davies to the inside on Hatton. Sorry, it was Solit. Hatton will win. Second will go to Kobe Dent, and third at the line, I think Clayton Davies may have just lost it to Alan Solit. Boy, oh boy, what a way to finish up heat race number 5. No need for the 6th and final heat, as 50 cars showing up for tonight. Make that 46, but you get the drift. 50 cars. Aaron Hatton, Kobe Dent, Alan Solit, your top 3. Clayton Davies, Sean Rosa, Stefan Tiers, Jared Steen, Travis Castagna, and Mitchell Piskalik. Now, it says D main up the top. This is B main number 1. Damon Mush and Graham Smith will start out of positions number 1 and 2. Brady Baldwin and Sean Rosa out of positions 3 and 4. Positions 5 and 6, Elliot Osborne and Callum Davidson. 4th row is going to be Liam Cameron. Position 7, Joshua Barry out of position number 8. And the final row, Travis Castagna out of position number 9. And Regan Tyler lines up out of position number 10. So I believe we are going to take in the top 3 from this one. And top 3 from B mains, number 1, 2 and 3. Now they are named differently. They are named D main, C main and B main. So still the top 3 is where you need or where you want to be right now if you want to make the big show for round number 13 of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, big thanks to R-Racing for again putting us on the front page, and we hope that you are enjoying all the action. If you haven't done so already, hit that like and follow button on our Facebook page, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. It is free. Here we go. Green flag is out. Damon Mush. Well, you don't need to worry about the gains right now because you just need to be inside the top 3. And who is that up on the outside? Graham Smith just rocking what looked like to be about 4 cars. And Callum Davidson through the middle. A little contact. Brady Baldwin. Nowhere to go. Baldwin trying to slide up to the top side of the racetrack. He gets around Davidson. And now here comes Baldwin's teammate, Joshua Barry. Top 3, it's Graham Smith, Brady Baldwin, and Damon Mush, but now 3 wide. Here comes, I believe that's Elliot Osborne. Look at the big wheel stand. And Davidson says, thank you very much. I'll take the top side, and I'll take positions number 3. We got a car around now that may have been Joshua Barry. In fact, looking at it, it might have been Sean Rosa. Davidson coming after Baldwin down into turn number 1 and 2. Davidson through the middle. Baldwin was running the top side. They'll switch lanes down into turn number 3 and 4. 5 in the books and 7 to run. So closing in on the half race distance here of B main number 1. Regan Tyler on screen. Starter position number 10. And he is up to the 4th spot. 1 spot out of a transfer in our 40 lap A main event. Sean Rosa, I believe, is about to get put a lap down, and is in fact, he's already been put a lap down there by Graham Smith. There's Brady Baldwin now coming around the outside of the 131 entry. That's Sean Rosa just holding his line. Man, Regan Tyler throwing it in deep as well. Callum Davidson. Little nervous times for the driver of the 17 Machinist. There goes Tyler. Puts the slide job on Davidson. Davidson needs to get up on the wheel, pull the finger up, and make something happen here in these final 3 laps as we go out of turn 4. 3 to run this time by. Tyler and Davidson, they're going to race side by side. Here's Tyler in that 3rd and final transfer position in the 156 machine. Davidson trying to work his way. He'll have contact with the wall. He'll go upside down. So now a bit of breathing space for Regan Tyler in the 156 as these top 3 right now. They've got a bit of social distancing out on the racetrack as we've been given the white flag here in B main number 1 competition. Graham Smith will lead the field out of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. Graham Smith, Brady Baldwin, and it is going to be Damon Mush who will get the 3rd and final transfer position. Now, I'm not sure what happened to Regan Tyler. It looks like he may have crashed, so we'll bring up those results. Again, B main number 1. Again, it's classified as the D main, but it is B main number 1. The driver's top 3 going from the D main straight to the A. They will start positions at number 19. No, they won't. They will start positions 16, 19, and 22. That's Graham Smith, Brady Baldwin, Damon Mush. There we go. 4th on back. Unfortunately, they are going home. B main number 2, which is classified as your C main on track. Ethan Cooper and Clayton Davies going to start positions number 1 and 2. Positions 3 and 4 are going to be Darren Lord and Hayden Pascoe. Tyler Stralo and Joel Battelle will start positions number 5 and 6. Jared Steen out of position 7. Lance Bainton out of position 8. Stuart Patterson 9th. And Brandon Thomas rounds out your top 10 in B main number 2. Brendan Palmer What do you reckon? I'll bet you 50 Steenie doesn't transfer. As much as I want him to, I don't think I can play favourites. Well, I think it's too late for that one. Well, Waylon, thank you for those 50 stars. Appreciate it. Once again, you're showing it's your true supporter and it's the generosity that you've been given. Thank you very much, Waylon, for those 50 stars. I appreciate it. And welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Here we go. Ethan Cooper, Clayton Davies. No well for Davies this time. He's earned the right to start on the outside of the front row. Green flag is out. No bet. All right, Palmer. That was almost a case of 5 wide as Clayton Davies rounds him up on the top side. Lord slides up in front of Cooper, and here comes Steenie into position number 4. But look at Pascoe. He'll cop a bit of a right rear there from Tyler Stralo as he go back up and look at second and third. And your race leader on screen, the front wheels dancing in the air for Clayton Davies as he went through turns 3 and 4 on the previous lap. Come on, Steenie, don't be afraid to get upstairs, buddy, and just rip the lip around the Kokomo Speedway. It's not hard to get a win around here in a B main. Cooper looking for the slide job on Darren Law. Oh, they make contact. And Steenie wants to take the 50 away from Brendan Palmer. He moves into position number 3. Patterson, Battelle, and Pascoe. They are fighting it out for what is spots out of a transfer and a bit of bragging rights on the line for these 3 drivers. 5 laps in the books. Again, approaching the half-race distance here of B-Main number 2. Lord all over the back of Pascoe. He has to check up a bit. Stop from tagging the back of the number 3 machine. And there is not a whole lot of racing going on at the moment here as Clayton Davies smooth sailing out in front. Ethan Cooper running in second. And Jared Steen in third position. Joel Battelle trying to make something happen in fourth position. You just see him coming into screen right now. And let's go on board. Thank you to our Black Diamond Motorsports onboard cams right now. You see that sun glare going down into turn number 1 and 2. That must be a pain in the A55 for these drivers on the racetrack. You can see the distance between Joel Battelle right now and that 91 machine of Jared Steen with 3 laps left to run. You know he's got some work to do. Can he do it? Well, we're about to find out. Steen trying to throw the big move. Oh, wheel stand by Battelle. Steenie trying to throw a transfer spot out the window and start position 23. If he finishes third, he will start position 23. Otherwise, he's trying to advance to what I believe is going to be position number 20 in tonight's main event. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. He's going to throw it down low. Clayton Davies, your winner. Second will go to Ethan Cooper. And Brendan Palmer, you should have taken the bet because Jared Steen has transferred. He will finish third in B-Main number 2. We'll bring up those results on screen right now. Clayton Davies, Ethan Cooper, and Jared Steen, your top 3. Joel Battelle, unfortunately, well, he'll have to miss out on round number 13's main event for the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. Don't forget to visit midgetsuperleague.com for more information, their results, schedules, and everything else behind the scenes that is going on. The third and final B-Main of the night coming up on the racetrack right now was Brad Gardner and Joel Berkeley going to start on the front row. Row number 2 going to be James Halliburton and Jacob Dixon. Row 3, Stefan Tears and Caden Brown. Row 4 will see Lockie Beattie and Norrie Howe. Row 5, Todd Atkins and Mitchell Piskalik and Rodney James to make up the 11 cars in B-Main competition. This is B-Main number 3. Wow, there are some hitters in this one. Berkeley, Dixon, Brown, Todd Atkins, man. There's some drivers that have certainly got some speed. Gart showed some good speed in the opening in his heat race. Went from the back and I think he finished 4th, I think it was. So we'll see what happens here. Pace truck is in. Top 3 going through. 12 laps on the board. As the green flag is going to fly in, Berkeley and Gardner will go side by side down into 1 and 2. They'll make contact. Dixon around the outside and now swooping down to the low side into turn number 3 and 4. Look for the slider on Berkeley. He'll make the move as Berkeley crosses underneath, and there is James Halliburton as well. Halliburton moves into second. Caden Brown has made his way to position number 4. And the last start feature winner. Oh, Dixon and Halliburton come together. And Caden Brown says, thank you very much. I'll go from 4th to 2nd, back to 3rd in the space of a lap. Geez, Brown is good through the middle of turn number 3 and 4. Look at Berkeley already with a bit of R&D right now. Was Dixon trying to put the big move there on Caden Brown in 1 and 2. Lockie Beatty, Todd Atkins. So there are some big names. Some very, very fast competitors that are on the outside looking in. Those drivers, Lockie Beatty, Todd Atkins as well. Unfortunately for Gardner and Halliburton, they have already retired back to pit road and they will take no further part in round number 13 as Atkins now on the inside on Lockie Beatty. Atkins in the black and white number 36 to 16. MG Contracting DMS of Lockie Beatty. Oh, Jacob Dixon upside down, so they're battling for 4th and 5th. Now they're battling for 3rd and 4th. They are battling for the final transfer position as Beatty throws a big Hail Mary at Todd Atkins. And I got to say, the race is on between Berkeley and Brown as Berkeley, he has lost the race lead to Caden Brown. He slides up, he got tight, realising that he wasn't going to get anywhere close to Caden Brown, but Berkeley good through the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. He takes back the race lead momentarily. I think 3 and 4 is going to be the kryptonite. Look out, slide job. Both drivers, Berkeley and Caden Brown, seen it coming. Now look at that, Caden Brown, experienced enough to know that he got passed by Berkeley on the bottom side in 1 and 2. Oh man, doing it again. And this brings in now a 3rd car for a 2-lap dash to the end. Berkeley, Brown and Atkins. Here comes Atkins on the outside. Royals the top through turn number 3 and 4. Who's going to get it? White flag is out. Berkeley down low. Brown and Atkins upstairs. Final time into turn number 3 and 4. The final 3 positions in tonight's main event. It's out of turn number 4. Who's going to get the win? I think Caden Brown stuck home. Caden Brown gets the win, I believe. Berkeley gets 2nd, finishing upside down on Todd Atkins. Home in position number 3. Let's bring up those results right now. Berkeley does not win. Caden Brown, 0.127 over Joel Berkeley. Back to Todd Atkins. Those 3 drivers, man, they're going to be fun to watch to come from the back of the bus in tonight's main event. Unfortunately for Lockie Beatty, Stefan Tiers, they're all both going home, along with Rodney James, Murray Howe, Jacob Dixon, Piskalik, James Halliburton, and Brad Gardner. Disappointing for Gardner after having such a wonderful heat race. Won't take any further part after missing out on a transfer position. And we have our pole shuffle lineup. And man, oh man, geez, is this one filled with talent yet again. So I can tell you right now, the first 2 cars to come out onto the racetrack and how this will all work. Can tell you that the first 2 cars out onto the racetrack, Kobe Dent and Hayden Carble. Hayden Carble already, I believe, a 2 or 3 time feature winner here this season. I think it was 3 actually. He picked up 3 wins on the trot. And there he is in the number 7 machine. And he will take on Kobe Dent in the number 42, the black and blue machine. Now, these starts, because we're doing it in the warm-up session, we've got the dedicated race control to call out the green flag, and they'll go around for 2 laps. The winner stays on the racetrack. Loser starts at a position number 8, and they will take on the driver 6th highest in points. So we'll go around one more time here at Kokomo Speedway. 7 pole shuffle races. Yeah, I said that right. Pole shuffle races. Yep. 7. We've got to get through. It will set up the first 8 positions in tonight's main event. After the 7 races, we'll have a couple of minute warm-up session where we'll obviously take a quick break. Before we even think about taking a break, we have got Hayden Cardwell up against Kobe Dent as Hayden Cardwell put the slider on turn 1 and 2. In fact, I'm pretty sure he even missed the bottom. As here comes Dent, just gets into the left rear there. Kobe Dent nearly spun the carrot, pretty much going to give up now as Hayden Cardwell. He's just got 2 more turns to make it through to the next race of the pole shuffle. He will ease out of the gas. Kobe Dent will start position number 8. Hayden Cardwell, well, he can't start any worse than where he was. He was 7th coming into this one. And coming out onto the racetrack right now is Brad Pascoe. Brad Pascoe, obviously the car coming out of pit road. If you're new to the pole shuffle races, cars coming out from the pits, they have lane choice. They are higher in points than the drivers already on the racetrack. So Brad Pascoe is 6th highest. Loser out of this one will start position number 7. Green flag is out. There goes Pascoe looking for the slider. No, he'll stay mid-track as Cardwell uses that tinder pink and white machine to the outside. Good through 3 and 4. Lap number 1 is in the books as Cardwell. Now he's going to stay down low. Now he gets the good run out of turn number 2. I think Pascoe may have just had defeat already in the mind after the opening lap there. But Hayden Cardwell gonna win. 2nd will go to Brad Pascoe. Brad Pascoe going to start position number 6. And now out comes the 5th highest driver in the points. Loser going to start position number 6. And on the racetrack is Aaron Hatton. Now this is a very tough choice to make because if you go low, if you start on the inside, you leave Cardwell the top side. You start on the outside, you leave Cardwell for the bottom side. So it's almost what you could call the no-win situation. If you're good enough to hit the top, Cardwell going to immediately go for the big slide job down into turn number 1 and 2. Already $200 richer today alone. Picked up a UMP modified win earlier on the World Class 100. Pocketed himself $200 cash. But right now, not looking to go any further in the pole shuffle. He will start position number 6. Aaron Hatton, by virtue of Hayden Cardwell going upside down. Aaron Hatton going to stay out onto the racetrack. Hayden Cardwell will start position number 6. And it's a battle of the Aarons. Aaron Hodgson, the next car to come out onto the racetrack. He is the 4th highest passing points. As the loser out of this one will start position number 5 and guarantee themselves a front 2 rows. Aaron Hodgson in that number 11 machine. Again, we'll try and chat to some of the drivers prior to the main event tonight, hopefully, if we get a chance. As we green flag here as Hodgson going the big dive bomb, similar to what Hayden Cardwell did in the previous race. Hodgson upstairs, he'll have nearly half spun the car, just then drove it back down to the low side. Oh, contact down into 1 and 2. Hodgson in the 11, Hatton in the 211. The red and white is Hodgson. He caught the cushion, drove it back down the racetrack. Aaron Hodgson wins. Aaron Hatton going to start position number 5. So out next onto the racetrack, the defending Midget Super League champion and the Midget Speed Week champion. He picked up both trophies last season. The United Sim Sports Valvoline, number 51 of Bradley Oldfield. Looks like Oldfield's opted to take the highline. Very surprised, seeing as though the bottom is good in 1 and 2. So no start, no start. We'll go next time by. 2 laps on the board. Hodgson versus Oldfield. Hodgson moved up on Oldfield. Not sure whether that might have been a little bit of a jump start, but Hodgson getting a little crossed up in 3 and 4 once again. Oldfield's got his work cut out for him. What can he do here in the final 2 turns? Will he go low? No, he opts to stay high. Now he tries to cut it down the bottom. I don't think he's going to have enough drive. Aaron Hodgson going to win. Bradley Oldfield will start position number 4. And out rolls the driver that got second in the championship standings last season. Young gun Harry Stewart coming out. And this is for a front row start. Loser will start position number 3. The winner will guarantee themselves positions 1 or 2 in the main event tonight. Here we go. Green flag is out again. Well, I believe that's the second time Hodgson's done that, but not my call to make. We'll leave that for race control. Oh, there's contact between Stewart and Hodgson again. We're going to stay out of that one. We're going to leave that for race control to deal with. I believe Hodgson has pulled up and Stewart, he's going to make his way through turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag. So far, well, I'd hate to be in race control shoes because out rolls the driver that is the highest point scorer after the passing points and heat racing action. A winner a couple of weeks ago. I believe it was at Lernerville, if I'm not mistaken. The DMS MG contracting number 18, Aaron Kelly. So a couple of Queenslanders on the front row for tonight's main event. This is for pole position. 2 laps is on the board and the green flag is out. Stewart down low, Kelly on the top. Slide job by Stewart. Kelly now looks to come back underneath him down into turn number 1 and 2. Slide job is being returned by Kelly. Here comes Stewart back to the inside. Stewart going to stay low out of turn number 4. Will he get the drive? Wheel stand, and that cost him. Aaron Kelly wins the pole shuffle. Aaron Kelly going to start on pole for tonight's main event. We'll take a quick break and come back on the other side of this. The Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League round number 13, your main event here at the Kokomo Speedway. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League round number 13 here at the Kokomo Speedway. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get set for tonight's A main event. 40 laps is going to be the distance here. And well, we are going to read you our Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Now, it is going to be much different to what you see, or what you normally see on screen. But we can tell you, starting from position number 24 is Todd Atkins. Position number 23 is going to be Jared Steen. Position number 22, David Mush. Position 21, Joel Berkeley. Position number 20 of Ethan Cooper, Brady Baldwin out of position number 19. Caden Brown out of position number 18. Clayton Davies lines up out of position 17. 16th starter is going to be Graham Smith, and out of position number 15, Craig Sheeran. Position number 14 will be Carl Hoffmans and Bailey Barnacote out of position number 13. Position number 12 of Jack Cameron. Position number 11, Alan Solot. We move to our top 10 starters. Out of position number 10, Callan Arthur. Out of position number 9, Bob King. Position number 8 of Kobe Dent. Position number 7 of Brad Pascoe. Position number 6, Hayden Caldwell. Position 5, Aaron Hatton. Your top 2 rows outside your second row, Bradley Oldfield out of position number 4. Aaron Hodgson lines up to his inside out of position number 3. And your front row for tonight's main event on the outside of the front row, Harry Stewart. And on pole for tonight's 40-lap main event, it is the DMS Sim Sports MG Contracting number 18 of Aaron Kelly. Now you'll see the RSC Pace Truck has moved to the infield. Just to the right of your screen, you will see the flagman wave it like he just doesn't care. The RSC green flag is out. Now if you're wondering why we're not going green, well, we've added 2 extra laps as we've had these drivers get into their correct positions. Now they are in those correct positions. On lap number 2 is when we go green. So not this time by, but the following time by is when we are going to go green. Who will take out round number 13 of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League? Well, we've waited through 5 heat races, 3 B mains, a pole shuffle, and Aaron Kelly has opted to start on the outside of the front row. Here we go. It's time for round number 13. Let's get naughty for 40. We are green here at the Kokomo Speedway. No surprise to see Harry Stewart on the bottom side of the racetrack. He didn't even attempt to slide up. Kelly Oldfield. Oh no, Oldfield tagged the back of Kelly. And cars upside down. Hodgson, Barnacote, and Paul, or some of those drivers. Kobe Dent, man. Those drivers are upside down. They will take no further part. They will not be able to. As we take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay, you see, you're about to see Bradley Oldfield tag the back of Aaron Kelly in turns 3 and 4. Just got a little bit of a run. Kelly tried to come back down the racetrack, I think, but still Bradley Oldfield at fault for that one. And Hayden Caldwell nowhere to go in that exchange. Neither did Aaron Hodgson. And Hodgson going upside down. Jeez, Caldwell, he was lucky to not go over. Tell you what, Hodgson going for a bit of a ride. Barnacote went for a little bit of a tumble as well. So Oldfield will go to the rear of the field. Now caution laps not counting here tonight. So normally if we see a caution, what we might have done is we just add 3 laps onto the white flag number. You might have seen, like, we might have had the white flag come out at lap number 45 or whatever. So yellow's going to come back out. Barnacote, Hodgson out. Let's go on with Stewart. Nothing. Scoring Stewart a lap down. scoring, I think, a couple of these drivers a lap down as well. So the lights are out on the pace truck. Pace truck has moved back to the infield as we go into rows of 2x2 once again. Oh, Kelly got on the gas and man nearly spun that car out of turn number 4. You see the left front hiking up in turns number 1 and 2. Brad Pascoe on the inside now. Stewart goes through the middle. He got loose and then he got tight, and he loses a couple of positions. He gets past there by Brad Pascoe, Bob King, and Aaron Hatton. Brad Pascoe right on the bottom side down through turn number 3 and 4. Goes right through the slick. He'll get the moisture out of turn number 4. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Oh, Pascoe and Kelly nearly come together there. Now these are quick laps. As we try and take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. This may be the culprit, the Sala Motorsports, Sala Sim Sports, Sala Motorsports Sim Team. Clayton Davies, I think that was that contact there with Brady Baldwin. Just looked like a bit of a racing deal. Oh, Brady Baldwin. It's another right rear and goes upside down. And this time the show will not stop. Back to live pictures. Lights are still flashing on the iRacing.com pace truck. I believe that's Stewart. Yeah, Stewart's getting the wave around. So Stewart should be going back to his original position, which I think is around 5th or 6th, somewhere, or even 4th. Somewhere around there. So that looks like that has fixed itself up. So Pascoe. In fact, Stewart going up to position number 2. Righto. Here we go. We'll have another shot at this one. Green flag is out. 36 still to run. King through the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Stewart looking on the outside, trying to get on the inside of Aaron Kelly as Kelly hit the wall with the right rear tyre. King through the middle of the left front picks up, but Kelly going to lead that lap as we'll go down once again. Look at Pascoe. Work on the inside. That's Brad Pascoe in the number 15 machine. Looking at some of these drivers that have already made their way through the field, the likes of Caden Brown and Joel Berkeley. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Caden Brown up to position 6. Berkeley in about 7th. They have moved up 12 and 14 positions respectively. Todd Atkins has moved up about 13 positions as well, sitting in around the 9th or 10th spot on the racetrack. Atkins, in fact, sitting in position 11 according to the timing and scoring there just to the left of the screen. Callan Arthur looks like the driver that had some issues there, and the reason why the yellow flag is out. So on board, the MG Contracting DMS number 18. Again, a feature winner 2 starts ago at Lernerville. And Caden Brown obviously picking up the feature win last week. So DMS looking to go 3 on the trot, trying to do what Slick Sim Sports did, where they went, I think they went 4 in a row. So we'll see if it can happen. Oh no, Brad Pascoe drove down the racetrack. King was there waiting for an opportunity. We're back underway, thankfully. Both drivers keep it going in a forwards direction. Yellow, yellow, yellow. As we have Todd Atkins out of this one, I believe. Let's take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Keep an eye On the black and white, number 36 machine. Smith just moved up just a little bit, but Atkins running out of room and got hit there. It goes for a nasty ride. In fact, got hit twice. And that car does not go back on all fours, so that will be him done for the evening. Back live, and tell you what, this track right now, it is starting to get slick on the top. It is slick on the bottom. And you can really see where the different grooves are starting to develop. The top looks good through 1 and 2, right where the drivers are rolling right now. That looks a-okay. It's 3 and 4 that gets a little tricky right now because you want to be looking at the racetrack. You want to be mid-groove right now. So we get set to, once again, 32 laps remaining in this one. Green flag is out. We've completed 8 of the 40. Pascoe down low along with Harry Stewart. Now Stewart by King for positions number 3. But King trying everything on the top side again. Caden Brown following. Berkeley following Stewart. Watching Brad Pascoe on screen right now. Stewart enters a little lower. Stewart catches the tyre. Oh no, Stewart goes upside down on the grass. As we stay green for the moment, Stewart is OUT. He is out as King now moves by Brad Pascoe. Here comes Brown and Berkeley. They race side by side. Clayton Davies as well in the mix. Davies has moved up about 10 or 12 positions as well. The last start feature winner of Caden Brown in the TFH. Number 97 as Pascoe loses about 3 positions there on that exchange. Brown through the middle. Aaron Hutton just drives straight into the side of him. And Pascoe, the yellow is out just in time. Caden Brown lucky to survive that one. The BSL car. Just driving straight into the side here. Keep an eye on Caden Brown. Happened sort of right in front of the cameras here in turns 3 and 4. You see right there, right in the middle of the screen now. We'll go back and hopefully this will show you a better look at it. So right through the middle. Keep an eye on the 211 coming through the middle right now. Brown a little sideways there. Left front. But there was no way of avoiding that number 97 machine. He just drove it hard into the 97. Unfortunately for Hatton. Oh, who caught him? Is that Steenie? It is. As we go back to live pictures, the lights should go out here on the racing.com pace truck. Steenie's up to what looks to be 13th position. So we should go back to the last recorded lap. So it should go back to lap 15. Any timing and scoring, feel free to roll back now. There it is. So again, remember the first 2 laps. So technically this will complete lap 15, but it is only 13 in the books. 27 still remain here at Kokomo. King goes through the middle. He'll slide up with Kelly with a nice crossover out of turn number 2. Into 3 and 4. It's Aaron Kelly riding the cushion through turn number 3 and 4. And here comes Caden Brown. You know these 2 drivers. Oh no! King slid up in front of Kelly. Kelly got into the back, into the right rear. And that's a call for race control. Well. And either way, Caden Brown is going to find himself in 2nd position. Berkeley in 3rd. We'll take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. So keep an eye on the 51 car. Go through the middle. Oh, now that's tough to make a call on that one. So Kelly staying out in front. Brown, Berkeley and Davies. Cardwell back to position 5 after being involved in an incident where he had nowhere to go in the opening couple of laps. It shows Bob King as out. So he's back on pit road. 17 cars remaining. Lights just came back on the pace truck just then. Caden Brown up 16 positions. Joel Berkeley up 18. Clayton Davies up 13 positions. And well, poor old Aaron Kelly. Man, this is going to be a race. If these, and then even you go back to Hayden Caldwell and Bradley Oldfield. Now remember, Oldfield was the one who got into the back of, I'm just trying to think who it was at the start, but Oldfield had he had to come from the back along with Hayden Caldwell. So those two drivers, while they've been slicing and dicing through this field, they've been racing with each other and just getting their way to, well, now what would be a top 5 for Hayden Caldwell. But Brown and Berkeley side by side. Berkeley on the bottom side. He'll throw the slide jump 3 wide momentarily down into turn number 3 and 4. Berkeley's going to have the number 1 spot at the start-finish line. It's crucial to get to the start-finish line first, because as the yellow flag comes out, we go back to how they crossed the start-finish line. And that is the 32 machine of Callan Arthur. I believe. Let's see what happened here on our Wicked Cushion instant replay. Let's see why Callan Arthur drove right through the slick. Oh, just caught the inside tyre there, and unfortunately, I believe that was Alan Solent who was coming through, and then you can see the leaders just coming into screen right there. So safe for iRacing to throw the yellow flag. We're about to go green next time by. So Berkeley up 20 positions, Brown up 15, Davies back in 6, up 11 still. That's still a performance. Graham Smith up 8 positions and Jared Steen up 12 positions. He's sitting in position number 12. What can these drivers do on that one? Green flag, Berkeley down low. Oldfield down low on the inside on Caden Brown as here comes Hayden Caldwell. Can the Australians, can they make it 4 in a row? They have got one lone American inside the top 5, and the lone American in this field tonight trying to bring one back to the state, or to the United States of America. Caldwell now looks down low. Oh, wow, nearly got into the right rear. Oh, Bradley Oldfield, Kelly into the wall. Caden Brown back to 5th. He'll go 3 wide with Kelly and Caldwell either side. But Oldfield now up on the inside of Joel Berkeley. Oldfield, he started up the front. He went to the back. And now he is back to position 2. He had the lead momentarily down the back straightaway. But because we go back to our last recorded lap, Berkeley has the number 1 position. Let's take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Carl Hoffman's the driver involved in this one. Caught the wall there in 1 and 2. What happens here in 3 and 4? I believe he does much of the same. No, oh, contact with a teammate there of Kobe Dent. Done well to save that. But it brings out the yellow flag. So again, if you're just waking up in the United States and you're figuring, well, you guys are up early to do a broadcast, we've also got, in the American times at 9 PM Eastern, it is the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum Sprint Car Series presented by Dirty Old Bastards. So we head into the final 2 weeks of their championship. But more on that later on as Berkeley slides through the slick, sliding to the top shelf. Oldfield looking to get the run out of turn number 2. Berkeley on the top, Oldfield on the bottom. Here comes Caden Brown and Hayden Caldwell. Oldfield staying down low, true to his commitments on the bottom side of the racetrack. Berkeley is upstairs again. He'll cut back through the middle. Out of turn 4, he finds the moisture. I believe Berkeley had it at the start-finish line. Berkeley once again. And Oldfield, side by side. Oldfield looking for a feature win here as Caldwell gets in the wall. The left side tyre's picked up. But you bet your bottom dollar right now, Caden Brown, he wants to go he wants to go back-to-back. He wants to get 2 wins in the last 2 races. He almost could have had it 3 had he not thrown one away at Lernerville. But here he is, Caden Brown, on the top side of the racetrack through 1 and 2, and he'll go upside down, and he'll put rest to that happening as Cardwell moved into position 3. And man, these Tinder cars, the 9 and the 7. Berkeley in the 9, Cardwell in the 7. They are, or Cardwell more so, he is starting to move. Oh, Bradley Oldfield, your race leader, and after that pole shuffle run, we should go back to lap number 29, so I believe we are looking at about a 13-lap run to the end. If we go back to lap number 29 as the pace truck moves in, there it is, poor old Caden Brown. Well, he won't make it 3 in a row for the DMS team. He won't make it 2 in a row for himself, as now he has to let the flag fly for the Aussies out on the racetrack up against what is the lone American in the field, but driving for Slick Sim Sports, and there he is, ripping the top side. Oh, Oldfield and Berkeley both make a mistake. Berkeley throws a big slide job down into turn number 1 and 2. He'll take the line away from Cardwell. Cardwell around the outside, and man, he's just hauling that thing on the top shelf and does not care. There is a no fear factor in the number 7 machine. Good through 1 and 2, but so is Oldfield and Berkeley on the bottom side. This time Cardwell comes through the middle. Berkeley getting all the moisture out of turn number 4. Oldfield just missed it slightly, and Berkeley now putting pressure on Oldfield. Oldfield, well, he's stuck in the middle of a Tinderlate, and he, unfortunately, at the moment, he can't get out of it. I think Cardwell had that lead at the start-finish line on the previous lap, and now Cardwell once again into the wall. Berkeley trying to fight back up on the inside. What a race this is for the top 3 positions. Aaron Kelly, Craig Sherm can do nothing but watch in anticipation to find out who is going to victory lane here at the Kokomo Speedway. Berkeley, Oldfield down on the low side. Cardwell, that's Hayden Cardwell up on the top side. Yellow is out. Just when the race was getting good again. It was Brad Pascoe, the driver, involved. Let's see if we can get a look here at our Wicked Cushion instant replay. Pascoe, he has had a phenomenal night here tonight. He has been super impressive, not in the heats. It's just, again, it's getting so tight down there on those tyres on the infield. It is very hard to hit. And hats off to those drivers that can hit it down on the bottom side, because, man, I tell you what, I cannot run down the bottom in a midget at Kokomo. I'm up on the wall. $16 cars left out of the 24, so essentially 1/3 of the field has taken themselves out of the equation tonight. 6 laps remaining. Oldfield, Cardwell and Berkeley, that's the top 3. What went on with Oldfield just then? He stays low through 1 and 2, and it's again the Tinder cars trying to find a date in victory lane. We'll see if that can happen. Cardwell taps the right rear on the wall once again. Here comes Aaron Kelly as Berkeley lifts the front left through turns number 1 and 2. You can really see those Tinder cars starting to come into the picture right now. Oldfield keeps the left rear in the moisture, and with 4 to run, Man, Oldfield is really starting to be under pressure from Berkeley and Cardwell. What a race this has been today. We've had a few stop and starts. Hayden Cardwell looking for feature win number 4 of the season out of the 13 weeks. With just 2 laps left to run. Can Oldfield do anything? Cardwell, well, he looks sublime up the top. Kelly now trying to make a run on Berkeley and trying to make it yet another podium. Oh, we are yellow just as we come out of turn number 4. And with the green-white checkers enabled, we are left with a 2-lap sprint to the end. And Brad Pascoe, the driver that brings on the yellow flags for a second time in the space of about 6 laps. Let's check our wicked cushion instant replay. And that same tyre that caught him the first time catches him again. So we come back to live pictures from the virtual Kokomo Speedway. Lights should be going out on the iRacing.com page truck this time by. And look at this. Guarantee you won't see this driver blink at all. On board with the driver of the number 7 machine, Hayden Cardwell. He is focused. 2 laps to run. Who will get it done here at Kokomo? Cardwell leads from Oldfield. Kelly in 3rd and Berkeley 4th. Jared Steen up to position 5. Man, that was a wild moment there for Hayden Cardwell into turn number 1. Oldfield now on the inside. Who will get it out of turn number 4? We come to the stripe. The white flag is out. Cardwell and Oldfield side by side. I think Oldfield may have had it for the final time down into turn number 3 and 4. Who will win round number 13? It's a drag race to the start-finish line. Oh boy, what a race. Will it be America or will it be Australia? I know the results. I can tell you the Australian has finished 3rd. That's Joel Berkeley. Well, if you can figure out by the donuts already, ladies and gentlemen, Bradley Oldfield has gone to victory lane. We bring up the results. Oldfield gets the win over Hayden Cardwell in 2nd. Aaron Kelly 3rd. Joel Berkeley 4th. Jared Steen rounds out your top 5. Kobe Dent, Clayton Davies, Aaron Hatton, Carl Hoffmans and Craig Sheeran round out the top 10. 11th is going to go to Damon Mush. Alan Solit in 12th. 13th goes to Callan Arthur. 14th, Graham Smith. Brad Pascoe rounds out the top 15. Jack Cameron, Caden Brown, Ethan Cooper, Bob King, Harry Stewart, Todd Atkins, Brady Baldwin, Aaron Hodgson and Bailey Barnacote. A list of drivers to finish back on pit road. Well done to Bradley Oldfield, who we're going to take a chat with here in just a few moments' time. So let's go ahead and bring in our feature winner here tonight. And, well, it's taken him a while to get here, but he's back here in victory lane. Bradley Oldfield, could you have been any more dominating? That's not the way it felt like, though, I'm sure.
Oh, honestly, that was one of the best races I've had all season. Awesome race with Cardwell and Berkeley throughout. Me and Berkeley were coming through the pack together, chopping and changing positions. That's probably the most fun I've had for a while. Good race to them, and congrats on Cardwell for 2nd and Kelly for 3rd.
Well, it was always going to be tough to get through the field, but doing it in style the way you did after that opening 2-lap debacle in turn number 3 and 4, I'm sure you were down in the dumps after what had happened in that opening couple of laps.
Oh yeah, honestly, had no idea, thinking I was going to be able to get up there, but lap 1, that was all my fault. Just went in a bit too hot. Clipped Kelly, and the rest, everyone's seen. But yeah, it was just awesome. Can't thank Travis enough. He was helping me all race, spotting and let me know what to do, and just yeah, super happy with the result.
Well, buddy, congratulations on the win here at Kokomo, and you do it of all places on the bottom side, somewhere where you've been familiar with here in the past 12 weeks, but also past season with the Midget Super League. Brad, congratulations on this victory. We'll let you get out of here and let you celebrate. Before we let you go, of course, sponsor shouts, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
The Team Sports. They always help me. Always looking to make me improve and everything. But just like to thank Valvoline, Tweezer Finance, Western Mazda, Parramatta Isuzu Ute, Ultimate Dirt TV for putting on the stream as they do. Always do a wicked job. Origin Graphics and Alan for always putting on a good league, and actually for Joel and Cardwell for stepping up tonight, along with a couple others.
All right, there we go. Bradley Owenfield there, home in first position. We'll chat to the driver that comes home second place tonight, and, well, he might feel this one has slipped away from him. He didn't let the $200 paycheck slip away from him early, but Hayden Cardwell, second place here tonight. That was an absolute outstanding drive.
Oh yeah, kind of sucks. I saw the white flag there, and then we had that green white checkered there, and I just kind of messed up and threw it away there. I was running the middle there in 3 and 4, and went back to the top, and I could never get my momentum back built up. But all in all, it's probably one of the best MSL races we've had all year.
Well, this track was always going to produce a top and a bottom groove. What was it like for you out on the racetrack? Especially since you had to come from the back, once already tonight.
For me, early on, with me getting into Harry and all that up front, kind of a racing up front, we all stacked up on the first lap. My car was so much damaged. I hit the wall a couple times, or I think the right rear shock was actually broken. I couldn't even go to the bottom. I was too tight. I couldn't even steer on there. So I was just kind of mirrored to one line up top and through that middle in 3 and 4. So we just kind of ripped there the whole entire race.
Well, you had a green white checker to wrap up tonight. You led what was the penultimate lap, and unfortunately, you don't lead the lap that counts. What was going through your mind there on those last couple of laps?
When we crossed the line there, I looked down and I seen that I had him by like a couple inches, and we came through 1 and 2 down the white flag. I didn't know if I should just run cut back, enter on the wall and cut down, or just rip the top, run the middle, and I just chose the wrong line there. I chose cut down line, and just didn't get enough momentum down the hill to get Bradley. But congrats to Bradley. That's awesome to see somebody roll the bottom like he did. I know if I could do it like that, I would, but I can't. So props to him and all those guys, Harry and all them, for putting in the work.
All right, buddy. Well, look, Hayden, congratulations on the second place finish here tonight. As I said, you've already picked up $200. What was your time, and now you come away with a second place. It's been a hell of a ride, and we'll let you get out of here, Hayden. Before we let you go, of course, sponsor shouts, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
Yeah, just all the guys at Slick for all the help. Joel with this new Tinder car finally got me an 07 on it. Jason Webb Racing, Vanderbilt Race Cars for all they do. You for the broadcast. Everybody with the league. Me, Joel, and Galway, and a couple other guys, Ricey, and all the guys that stepped in tonight. I felt like we did a pretty good job, and just can't thank all of you guys for the league. It means a lot.
All right, Hayden Cardwell, home in second spot, home in third place tonight. Well, he leads a few laps at the start and, well, hangs on for a third place. In fact, had to get back by Berkeley there in those last couple of laps. But Mr. Aaron Kelly, well, you find yourself on yet another podium here in the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. You've got to be happy about the podiums that just keep on coming for you and the team.
Yeah, we were a bit. I think I just wasn't in it at the start. I haven't been on iRacing, I don't think, a week. So, look, practice, I guess, helps a little bit. But, anytime you can beat, I guess, Joel in a drag to the line, it's pretty good. But, yeah, look, team's been going well. I think this is our 4th straight podium with this league, and whether it's between me and Caden, and we just keep bringing results, I guess, for the team. And I think we're just starting to enjoy it a lot more now as, I guess, more of an enjoyable game rather than not taking it as seriously. And we're just starting to, I guess, really, I don't know the word for it, but yeah.
What's been the biggest thing over this sort of past month here at Midget Super League? You guys just consistently finding wins and finding pony. What can you put that down to?
Oh, look, we've got ourselves a really good setup at the moment, rolling, and we're starting to figure out the midgets a lot more. Like, we're starting to work a lot more with our shocks, and I think that definitely helps towards the feature. Like, especially later in the feature there, with I think it was second last restart there. I had Caden telling me what to do with the shocks, and it took off again, and we found some drive again. So I think it just comes down to we're just helping one another, and I think that's what a team's all about. And we help each other, we enjoy it, and if we enjoy it, then we get results, I guess.
Well, you led for a portion of the main event tonight. You fall back to, I think, about fifth or sixth there at one stage, but you rally your way yourself back up to a third place finish. So congratulations on the podium, and yet another podium here at the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. Aaron, will throw the mic back to your final time. Sponsor shouts, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes the wheels turn on this number 18 machine?
Yeah, obviously we fell back a bit at the start, but look, it was good to get back at the end. It was a good race all night. It was a good track. Kokomo always puts on a good track, but obviously a massive thanks to the boys back at DMS. Without them, obviously none of us would be able to be putting up these results. And big thanks to MG Contracting and Bullseye Tipping, and just a big thanks as well to one of my mates. I've still got his wheel. I've had it now for about 7 or 8 weeks while I've been waiting on a new sim wheel. So obviously he hasn't been playing and I've been jumping in. So obviously big thanks to Nick Coot, and yeah, thanks to you guys for streaming it, and Daniel Gowie tonight for adminning. It's obviously not an easy job, but they stepped up and it was really good.
All right, there we go. Aaron Kelly there, your driver, home in position number 3. That'll wrap us up here at the Kokomo Speedway, round number 13 of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League here at Kokomo. Again, a big thanks to, of course, Rush Sim Racing, 87 Creative, Cush Clothing Company as well for stepping up on board with the Midget Super League, of course, and a big thanks to everybody behind the scenes that make all this possible here on a weekly basis. And, of course, a big thanks to, of course, the likes of Berkeley, Gowie, Ricey tonight, who stepped away from the booth just to help admin Cardwell. I don't think I said Cardwell, but yeah, everybody that made all that possible. And you know, Al, well, you know where I am, buddy. He steps away tonight, but no doubt he'll be back hopefully sooner rather than later. Of course, big thanks to our points guys, Stephen Cass and Darren Palmer as well. They do a fantastic job in getting the points sorted each and every week and organising the passing points format. And of course, a big thank you to the race fans tuning in here tonight. Of course, a big thanks to iRacing, of course. Been on the iRacing live page and the iRacing front page of iRacing as well. Means a lot to finally get back on here, and well, I think rightfully deserved. But that'll wrap up round number 13 in about less than 12 hours time. We're looking at about 11 and a half hours time. It's time to go sprint car racing with the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum and Dirty Old Bastards Sprint Car Series from 9 p.m. Eastern American times for the Australian time zones. That'll be Thursday morning at 11 a.m. And again, we're back on the front page of iRacing. Myself and hopefully Chris Nunn is going to be joining me in the booth. It should be an absolute fantastic showing once again. A big thanks to, of course, Wicked Cushion and World of Thunder Racing League for their continued support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. And until next time, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, this is Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night. We'll see you soon.